righty. All righty. We shall see. Okay? Okay. I get it. Oof. All right. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where I'm weird and we get a little woo woo. We're going to do coffee and tarot today. Got my coffee. There's something to discuss, but I think they want me to discuss it at a later point, like with a separate read. So that's what I'm going to do. Alrighty. Premise of Coffee and Tarot. We're going to sit down and have a conversation with Spirit. Spirit gets to lead the entire conversation, meaning we don't come into this with any preconceived notions, no questions, parameters, time frames, anything like that. Spirit gets to lead the conversation. In that, I will ask questions. But when we are letting Spirit leads everything, there have been times I will seek clarification and they just railroad right ahead. They just moving right ahead. I'm like, okie dokie. So basically, they'll answer if they want to, and they won't if they don't. So if they're like, nope, don't worry about that. Let's move along. That's where we're going because they're in charge. So we get to sit, listen, absorb, see if it's for us. On that note, you're a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. I recommend that you never Cinderella shit to make it fit. Okay? Awesome. Yay. So go ahead and grab your coffee, your tea, your lemon water, whatever it is that you want. And we're going to settle in and see if there is a message. Put my phone down here. Whoever knows. Who knows? Let's see here. We're starting with Azathoth Tarot. Hello. Azathoth Tarot. I'm about to I got hooked. I've done lemon water before. Okay. My mom always did it growing up. But I got hooked on it when I went to Italy. And the lemons there. And I don't know. I'd love to say, I know people want to sit there and be like, everything's same everywhere. But it's been proven that certain plants they grow and they're native to certain areas, even if you can grow them in other areas. The type of soil, the temperament of the weather, the location absolutely matters. How that fruit or vegetable or whatever it is, what the final product is like, the nutrients it contains. And so I don't care what anybody says, the best lemons I've ever had were in Italy. Italy. All right, we're going to dig in and see what... I'm about to go grab me my lotion. Page of Wands. Give me a second. I'm going to grab the lotion. I don't know why my hand feels like crap. Sorry. I put it on, but it's like my hands it is freezing. It's like single digits outside. And my house is working, or my heater, or whatever you want to call it, is working overtime. And my body is absorbing moisture at like a very high rate and then looking crepey. And I'm like, I can't stand, I'm like a texture. Like I can't stand when the hands feel, my son calls it crunchy. I call it crispy. I don't like that. So, Page of Wands. I hear the word initiate. Feels like there's a person behind the Page of Wands. Initiate. Initiate 3 of Pentacles full. Okay, yeah. Maybe somebody behind, like, initiating something, work-wise. The 3 of Pentacles does talk about it is a craft. It is working with others. It's a teammate, collaborative, cooperative type of energy. The Fool would be in probably a new area. It does take a bit of a leap of faith. So it's giving the sense of there's some strong level of newness to this, feeling a bit wet behind the ears, so to speak. But somebody will initiate this. Tell me about the Page of Wands. There, I have seen, um, I have seen a lot of like the next 2 days or in 2 days, and that's been happening a lot. Like just on general social media, like when people are saying in the next 2 days, in the next da, 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 whether it's tarot or something else. Um, because I'm on like Insta, TikTok, things like that, and so you're just scrolling. You just happen to go by those things. Uh, but it seems like the last 5 to 6 days, there's been a lot of, and now I'm hearing that within the next 2 days, and I'm like, okay. So either you've been seeing a lot of that, or this is legitimately a King of Cups to a Queen of Swords. King of Cups to a Queen of Swords. So King of Cups is wanting to invest with the Queen of Swords. I bet the King of Cups is behind the initiating of something, but it's about bringing people together to be cooperative on something, to collaborate, or to kind of like partner on something. There's something very new about this. Why is somebody in the Queen of Swords energy? Unless the King of Cups is coming towards the Queen of Swords because of her intellect, because of her, I heard sharp wit. Sharp wit. So somebody may admire your ability to articulate yourself, communicate, the manner in which you do that, your bluntness, your honesty, no nonsense, I heard. I guess I should put that under the page. We got 3 and 3. These 3 came out face down. These 3 came out face up. I'm going to keep all of them. Yep. Jesus. Whatever this person is bringing in, this is the 6 of Pentacles, it's initiating some kind of, or it's providing some level of stability. 4 of Pentacles. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles with the Chariot. So it's kind of like a done deal. Chariot is, it's a very successful. It propels you. So initiate. Hold on. I'm getting caught up on the words. Just bear with me really quick. Something about the 2 horses or 2 sphinxes or whatever is pulling the chariot. Um, kind of like being like-minded or having the same goal or having the same lens or perspective. Because when those 2 things are in alignment, so you're in the King of Cups believes they're really in alignment with you on something, and something can be very successful. Like if you work together on something. So what they bring in on offer is going to actually create some kind of like stability or Yeah, stability for somebody. What are these? Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Wands. I get a sense of skepticism or uncertainty with the Seven of Cups. Like you may not be. I heard why me. So like you may not understand somebody's vision of something. I do want to point out the King of Cups is coming up from behind the Queen of Swords. So this is definitely going to be a surprise of some sort. And so it takes somebody off guard. Like I just want to be like, why? Like they're so certain. Somebody thinks that they're so certain about something, and you're like, how would you know? I guess you're the Queen of Swords. I don't know. Eight of Swords, self-imposed entrapment. So they're caught up, trying to decipher something, not quite seeing something. It's Two of Wands. That would be the willingness to take action on something. Someone isn't sure. I don't think it's that you're not sure if you want to act on something or not. Again, the theme for this year is really about creating community and connections, and redefining autonomy and individuality for yourself, really understanding what that means and what independence is, and not to forgo connection, community, and the things that are going to help during this evolutionary process that we're seeing within the world today. Um, the way to survive and almost exist outside of its impact is to create community. And so that being with the Three of Pentacles, it's kind of like there is a uncertainty of whether I want to enter into some type of collaborative partnership, uh, teammate kind of situation. So somebody's like, someone's coming in, and this is like already like a thought out creative project with the Page of Wands. Some kind of they're initiating something with you, but it's already like a creative idea, one that they've come up with, which may make you feel like that they would have more creative control or say or dominion over something. I think there's a problem with the Queen of Swords where something is completely crafted and um, already thought out by the King of Cups, which means the Queen of Swords didn't have any say in the creation, because there's a creation here with the Page of Wands. There's something that's created here. They want to initiate, but they've kind of like done all the background work, and maybe the Queen of Wands feels like an afterthought. Like, if I'm going to be in this as a partnership, shouldn't this be created between the both of us? Like, but something is already formulated, it feels like. And it feels a little, because it was done without the Queen of Swords. So again, there's just this, it's not even like, I don't know, like the Queen of Swords is an afterthought, or it's not really her baby, or it's kind of like feels a little less our thing and more your thing. If this is like a love situation, this is like somebody who's like, I've got it all figured out. Here it is. Queen of Swords, too intelligent to not be included in the development of ideas, planning, thinking things out. She's not one that wants to hand over any kind of creative control. I don't even care if it's within like a relationship. It's like I'm included. She doesn't like that level of surprise. The Queen of Swords is somebody who has looked at every facet and can see it from an eagle eye view. She doesn't just jump into something. So whether this is project related, career related, like a collaborative, whatever, there's some level of being taken off guard and just being expected to kind of like jump on board to something that's it's like being told what to do. And you don't tell the Queen of Swords what the fuck to do. It has that energy of it. And so because they weren't included in the development of something, they're like, I don't even know. I don't even know if that's for me. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of this. It's like jumping into something that was made for somebody else and supposed to like just feel like it's my own. Like, so that's there's hesitancy to moving towards something. Okay. But I guess that's a part of what they think is the appeal. With the Six of Pentacles, I'm bringing something on offer to you that could bring you stability that has a sense of speed about it because it's already in alignment. It's already ready. And so there's a charging forward like and when something's fully developed and fully thought out and already it's kind of like it's already a success and so you just it's like a guarantee like it's a guarantee of stability. Like because even with the Four of Pentacles, there's the pinnacle beneath the feet, which is kind of representing your past. Then there's the pinnacle that she usually this is right away she holds, right, which talks about the present. So there's already been effort made past into the present, and they're just adding you for the future of something. And it feels like the Queen of Swords wants to be there from ground zero in the building up process. So it's a more, I want you to join me. But it maybe feels like I am jumping on the coattails of somebody else. And that's something that the Queen of Swords doesn't like. Let's see what else. New era elements. Is your weedle baby feather? Little baby feather. Can y'all hear me just fine? Oh. Like it's the Queen of Swords super can really envision things and execute things not included in the formation of something, but is supposed to accept it as her own. I'm also getting like, let's say this is a relationship and the King of Cups has built a home, but when he built it, it was without the input, like, say he has a homestead without the input or anything from the Queen of Swords. And then it's like, I already have a home for us. And and it's like, what? It's your home. It's not my home. Like, there's this weird, like, I'm just supposed to, or, like when people get in relationships and it's like moving into a home that used to be somebody else's with their partner. And it's like, this was a home you all created and you want me to just kind of come in and it's like, there may be an issue with that, but it's an established. It's it gives a sense of stability. Four of Pentacles. It is something that it's a kind of stability that the Queen of Swords could use. Six of Pentacles. I don't know. There's so many ways this could pan out. All right, let's see here. I saw a card that was flipped. Hold on. Where are you at? There. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's three of them. Oh, for the love of... Are there a lot of them in here that are flipped? What? Hold on. There are. What in the hecky darned tootie toots is going on? Seriously? Oh my god! Why? I don't know what I did. I was obviously... not paying attention when I shuffled one day. Oh my shit brick. If I found one more card. That was a lot of cards that were... We're gonna do that again. Okay. I don't know why I heard let's make this house a home kind of thing. And again, I also pick up on creative projects, which this could be. It's almost like it's like going out and buying a home, and then you're in the mid renovation, and then telling somebody I want this to be our home, and bringing them halfway in where they didn't even get to choose the location, it's like they're just supposed to be happy with it. It's weird. But it's also, it's like somebody coming up with a whole creative project and doing everything, and pulls you in at the last. It's not yours then. That's the point. It's not yours then. It doesn't feel like yours. Okay. Fucking tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Seven of fucking Cups again. King of Wands. See, the King of Wands is an energy of something already being in full force, already being on track. It's kind of like that gung-ho energy where everything's already moving towards a goal. The idea of the King of Wands is somebody who is not easily distracted or strayed, doesn't take detours, doesn't have their focus on a bunch of different areas. They're singularly focused, and they're going to follow through, and they're going to complete the project. They're going to complete whatever this is. So you can't really derail a King of Wands. There's a level of follow through. I don't. Son of a biscuit eater. I'm gonna put this back because it all fell out kind of wonky. Tell me about the Seven of Cups, please. Only if it comes out right. Tell me about the Seven of Cups, please. Chariot again. I mean, it may have crossed the mind of this King of Cups that they are just now including you partway through. Again, Chariot is kind of like that bulldozer energy. Chariot, I always liken to the same energy as the King of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups and anxiety, both of those being very uncertain and fearful. Like, uncertain and fearful if you be willing to come in on something that's already in progress. I do think this is the King of Cups. So maybe this is rejection. This individual's trying to figure out whether or not you would be willing. Because I could also see the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups with the Two of Wands being this King of Cups. Because the Queen of Swords, unaware. So he's coming up from behind. So he's the only one aware of the approach, the initiating. And that they use that term with the Page of Wands, initiating something. And he may be holding back from initiating because he doesn't know if he should or should not. He being masculine energy should take action towards you because I think even they recognize I am trying to pull somebody in midway or when something's already underway. Would they want to join me? Three of Pentacles. I feel like it's kind of like growing a pair because with the full card over here, like needing to just take a leap of faith and risk it and just find out. It's like I just feel like you should have been included in earlier on. And you're having to jump into something that's already developed, at least conceptually already developed, if not somewhat already developed in reality. And it's like ripping the band-aid off. I think that this individual is going to initiate something with you and just take the risk and try and figure out and see if you would. It's not, I don't know if it's fully developed. The way that they're talking, it feels like it kind of is. But with the Three of Pentacles, that individual is in the process of their creation. And so there's something visibly for people to see, but people are also witnessing and watching this individual in the process of something. So it's kind of like it's not usually with the Three of Pentacles, it's not done. And it may be yeah, like they're already established with something. It's and that might be the scary thing is like there's no really changing anything at this point. So should I ask them? Because what if like, they want to I want them to join in, whether it's a creative project or say a partnership, like their life is kind of already established a certain way. And they're already on the trajectory towards something. And it's like, when somebody joins you at the very beginning stages of something, it's one thing. But when they're kind of like just being brought in, it's like I can't like from this point forward, I can kind of build my life around you, but there's some already givens about me that I can't change now because I have already started this and sometimes like being with somebody from the beginning is different than joining them midway. That's the biggest thing here. Is there some kind of like coming together when something is already established? And so Queen of Swords doesn't necessarily has to almost fit in to a certain degree. Um and be accommodating to certain things that are already in flux. Um, like there's just certain things that are already existing. And that's the question because we have the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Swords. This just feels like very fast, quick communication. It's like somebody else feeling very comfortable with something because they're there since the inception, and somebody else, it's a brand new. So there's an acclimation to it that has to happen. Okay. Judgment. There is a strong pull to include somebody in on this though. Because there is the sense of like answering the call. And I think that this has something to do with the Knight of Wands. This is like a messenger coming in very quickly, like no longer hesitating. Um, communicating very fast, like being honest and forthright and communicating. Um, because they are answering some kind of like draw call. Like they definitely need to bring somebody in on something. Wait, ooh, son of a biscuit. We have the world, which is the universe in this particular deck. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Two of Wands again. Give me a minute. Something's already visibly established to a certain degree. Because the idea with the Three of Pentacles is that people can view and see and witness something. Um, it's something that is being created for others to see. And so tell me about the world. Why does that one feel so blank? Queen of Swords is a very independent thinker, has a very strong sense of independence about them. Queen of Swords can also be exceptionally selective. And whatever this is, obviously would invite attention to them since this is something that's already established. And so it's like it's already in the works. It's something that has eyes on it already. Somebody is being brought in on it. It could be either this masculine's life or something that like project work wise. And if the Queen of Swords is here, it would a absolutely pull her out of hermit mode, out of this sense of, like the tower in Lenormand, where it's a very isolated type of self-sufficient, do what I want, when I want, as I want kind of energy, um, because again, hermit with the 6 of swords, it's like moving away from that. It would definitely move somebody, like, because somebody, I wonder if, yeah, I feel like I wanted to say, I wonder if the Queen of Swords no holds barred with her level of communication and intellect and wit, because she doesn't have anybody to answer to, or that her actions reflect upon, right? So she can talk, act, and be however she wants. And I don't know if part of the compromise is going to be having to curtail that, or if it's the draw of additional attention from people because of her lens, because of how she sees the world, the way that she articulates it. Her willingness to communicate. There's something about that has her standing out, because there's something about, if this masculine, I say masculine because it's King of Cups, takes any level of action, Two of Wands, towards the Two of Wands, inevitably has the world. So there's attention or travel. Like, there's a distance here. There's a distance here. That might be the problem. If something's already established, then the Queen of Swords may have to come to it, versus, when it's at creation, you get to pick, I said, pick location, pick, things like that. So there's some level of like, I've already, to a certain level, set something up. Even with a job or a project, you know, frequently, those are, for those that are not internet based, and even when they are, there is like a headquarters, there is a place that it's initiate, it stems from. And not everything can be done only virtually. And so there may be some level of like distance. I knew there was something to this. I was like, nothing was feeling right. So this person who is used to, and again, we talked about this before with the Three of Pentacles, the idea of moving from a solitary energy to a community, a sense of a community, connections, things like that. So this individual would have to move out of, there's some kind of like, yeah, having to join something that's already in progress, already in development, maybe fully developed to a certain degree. It's not that the Queen of Swords can't put their stamp on something. It's just that certain things are already established. And so there is either a, because Six of Swords is also like a transformation of sorts, to accommodating what's already established, or like a move to what's already established. Um, so there's something that requires some kind of accommodating on the Queen of Swords part. Okay. Some type of accommodation. World, Ace of Cups, Two of Wands. Again, going back to, if the Eight of Swords is for the Queen of Swords, that might be the uncertainty, is, if I did move for something, you would think that I would want to have a say or influence on it, but like, something's already in its development. So in order for me to partake in this, there's just certain things that are decisions taken away from me, because it's already been done. It's already been made. That does require a leap of faith, because it's like stepping into somebody else's world, stepping into somebody else's dream and desire. and trying to make it your own. Again, project or otherwise, you know? A lot of people, when they're looking for a job, they'll look in very specific areas where they know that they will love the area. Now, I know some people will look in the areas that are good for for whatever career path they're on, but a lot of people won't look in areas that they don't want to move to or they don't have any kind of clue towards. And so there's this big like sense of a whole new community that I don't really get a say in, that I have to move towards or acclimate to. It does feel between the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, this idea of like what's on offer will bring immense stability and and solid footing, allowing you really to focus on the future, not just the present, allowing you to future cast and from this point forward, make it your own. But what is already it already is. Um, I mean, we do look at a sense of freedom with the world card here and feeling like from this stable, like your cup is full. And that helps to inform how you gives you the liberty to move towards other things you do desire. There's a sense of freedom with this. Okay. Talk to We're gonna go with Hermetic Tarot. Talk to me about the Fool. So the sense of the risk, the taking the leap without knowing how things will work out, but also having faith in yourself. Um, that you'll be able to navigate anything. You'll be able to do well with anything. We have the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. And this feels, again, with the Two of Pentacles, there is a change that's required to come into alignment with something. Two of Cups, to accept the cup. There's a change that's required. This is the kind of decision that really require. We got the Judgment card with the Fool. It's a decision that you have to follow with instinct because you don't have any guarantees in this Fool card. You don't. I feel like a hope and a prayer. What if I hate it there? And you know there's a lot of stories where you end up people end up going somewhere looking for, something better and it's like, "Oh my god, I hated it so bad. I wish I had chose a better location." It really does feel like project or location, something is already established and you kind of like it takes away a bit of your choice. And so you just got to hope that it works well with you. Like you kind of have to make a decision without really knowing. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know what it's going to feel like when I participate. I don't know what it feels like to already enter into something that's already established and feeling like it's not my own. But as a decision, you just have to it will require change for you to accept this because, the King of Cups offers a cup. There's a decision. It requires change. It requires you not to know the outcome or how it's gonna affect or impact you. I don't think that you have a way of fully assessing whether or not this is what kind of positive changes like, it's you're entering okay, we did say it's completely new, full card, when we just had the 3 cards. It's like it's so new, you don't have a frame of reference. So you don't know. You don't know how you're gonna feel. You don't know how it's gonna pan out. You can't even project in the future what it's gonna look like because this is a change. It feels exciting and like a victory, but also very sad at the same time. And we've talked about this here recently in a couple. It's this little theme of 6 of Wands. There is a sense of recognition with that. There is public recognition, public admiration. There is a sense of success or achievement with this. Like I always wanted to, but it's also requiring me to give something up that feels there's a sense of separation from a place, an idea. It's exciting and sad at the same time. 3 Pentacles again. But you're not in it alone. And you are joining in with an energy that wants to work with you on this, that will build with you. So while whatever has led up to this point, you don't have much of a say in, moving forward, you do, and you can craft and create something that's reflective of you. There's something out about this that is absolutely so brand spanking new. It is a new life. So I think what's initiated with the Page of Wands, because the Ace of Wands is kind of like that stick that you propagate from somewhere and it looks like a dead stick and you put it somewhere and it blossoms a whole new life. That's what I see, how I see the Ace of Wands. It breathes new life into something. It breeds a new life. It grows a new life. Um so King of Cups, whoever that is, whatever is on offer, whatever they initiate with you is a whole new life where certain things have already been decided for you. Like where this new life will be or where the starting point for this new thing will be. Um and you've got to figure out how to make it your own. Why bring we're not doing cup. I just said cup. We're not doing books. Talk to me about why are we bringing this? 9 of Cups. You can create the life of your dreams. Everything that you've wished for. You can finally rest. In this particular deck, the Four of Swords is the Lord, it says Lord of Rest from Strife. Certain battles will be put to rest. This does offer a sense of material happiness, and it gives you a sense of peace in your mind. Two of Wands, Lord of Dominion. Didn't we say dominion of something? Um, but that only comes if you choose to take action after this. Because with the Two of Wands, it's almost like, here's the new life that's on offer. What are you going to do with it, though? And so while you are focused on thinking, because the Two of Wands is about taking action on a desire or on a new life, on a new life force, a new spark, like what you choose to do with that, right? So the idea isn't so much that anything that this coming in at this stage means. It's like, quit worrying about what's already done and what you don't have to choose from. Look at all the freedom this gives you and offers you, and start paying attention to what you can do with this from this moment forward. Again, same as the Four of Pentacles. Like, certain things are already done. What are you going to do with it, though? Because that's where the freedom lies. So maybe a change up of how you see this. Because you look at the one or two decisions that you don't get to make because this comes in the way that it comes in, and you're missing out on millions of decisions and choices and trajectories and paths that you can go as a result of this coming in, as a result of already having something stable and established. I heard, oh, the places you can go. And that's how you should be looking at this, a fresh start. I think that's how the King of Cups intends it. Like, where can we go from here? Because once you're included in on whatever this is, the Three of Pentacles is the theme. Doing it together, making it yours, creating, collaborating, growing something. It's not theirs, it's ours. So, alrighty. Well, that would be the message for today. I hope that it finds whoever it's meant for. I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day. And I will see you guys at the next read.